everyone? Welcome to the American Sports Connection. I'm your host, the one and only Joey Railroads. I'm back here with my buddy Rygal. How you holding up, brother?
Pretty good, man. How are you?
Good. It's been a little bit because you've been kind of busy.
Yeah, I think we've done one show since I've been back, and then you got sick.
Yeah, oh, dude, that was the worst.
Yeah, well, at least you're feeling better now.
Yeah, damn kids, man. Friggin' germ machines.
Yeah, that's pretty much kids.
That's where you're headed.
Yeah. Hooray.
Yeah, exactly. But what was I gonna tell you? It's got like crazy, and you mentioned this just a second ago offline. It got like crazy humid here.
Yeah, out of nowhere, it just got super humid. It wasn't this bad before.
I didn't go out of the house until I had to. Because my mom's like, "Oh, it's kind of hot out." I was like, "All right, more reason for me to stay inside."
Yeah, I don't even run the AC when I'm inside, so it's just hot and yucky.
Oh, well, that's awful.
AC is expensive, bro.
Oh no, I understand. I'm just saying it sucks.
But
Like I couldn't sleep without it.
yeah, it may be an AC night, but fans just been doing fine for us the last couple of nights.
No, that's not too bad then.
So
Before we get started with Raw and all that fun stuff, I wanted to go over a couple different things, like news-wise, that's happened in the last few days. For those that don't know, they just announced 4 more names in the Mae Young Classic, which I think they're up to 14, 16, something like that.
yeah, I think that's about where they are.
And I know they're supposed to start taping, I believe it's July 12th and 13th.
Yeah.
Easy there now.
Yeah, I believe it's the 12th and 13th.
The new people they actually just announced is they're calling her, and I believe she goes under a different name on the Independents, Dakota Kai from New Zealand.
Yeah, that's Evie.
Yes, that was her name, Evie. And then when WWE had a live event in Tokyo earlier today, I'm going to try and pronounce her first name. Kairi Hojo said that she's going to be in it.
So yay. Another person that I have no idea who it is.
And they're actually changing her name to Kairi, is it Sane? S-A-N-E?
Either that it's Kasane, hey, Sane, yeah, I don't know. Whatever that is with a Japanese accent.
Yeah. And from what I understand, she's like really popular over there.
Yeah, something pirate.
I'm not like super familiar with her though.
Yeah, me neither.
The other one that's been getting a lot of noise, at least over in Europe, and I know if Dean was here, he could probably tell us more, is Scottish wrestler Viper. She's going by Piper Niven now, Niven.
I wonder where they got all these stupid fucking names from.
I know. It's like, remember Stone Cold had the thing where they faxed him a list of all the god-awful names?
Yeah, some of these fucking names, bro.
I know, I really don't like a lot of them. There's one more I'm forgetting.
Oh, shit! I just had it up on my screen, but I closed it. So
Yeah, and you had just mentioned her.
Evie. Oh,
No. Before we got on.
no, they announced her a couple days ago.
Okay, I take it back then.
Alpha female? No, they mentioned her 4 or 5 days ago.
Oh, it's Bianca Blair.
No idea who she is.
That's her WWE-ized name. Her name on the Independence is Bianca Belair.
Still have no fucking idea who she is. Useless and McUseless. But then again, that was everybody before the Cruiserweight tournament. I didn't know who half of these guys were. So, I mean, they were all useless and McUseless face for a long time.
Oh, she's actually a WWE person that they basically are making a wrestler. She doesn't actually have any previous experience at all.
See? Nobody McNobody face.
Yeah, because I looked her up. She was basically like a track and field player and did CrossFit tournaments. So you were right. Nobody McNobody.
Yeah, for the most part.
But I'm excited to see who else they're gonna bring in, because they still have a good, like, probably half the names. And they're going to start filming in about 2 weeks or a little less.
Yeah, so I'm excited.
I think the way they're going to do it, from what I've understood, is they're going to put up, like, half the season you can, like, binge watch on demand on the network in, like, the end of July, beginning of August. And then the second half of the season, the end of August, beginning of September.
Interesting.
And then they're going to have a live finale like in the middle of September. I just can't remember the date. Let me look it up real quick.
I'm sure we'll hear it 1,000 times before it begins.
Yeah, they'll beat the dog shit out of it, that's for sure. September 12th.
Oh, and another big piece of information is that TNA and Impact Wrestling is no more.
Yes, I was going to talk about that. I saw that they are now officially known as Global Force Wrestling.
Yep, I think that's a good idea. Change the name completely.
Yeah, and I heard, the way I understood it was that the show is going to be called Impact.
Yep.
On, what is that channel considered now?
Pop?
Yeah, Pop, thank you. Yeah, I think that's a good thing for them to kind of just be something different.
Yeah, no, that's good. I'm all for that. I'm all for what could get more eyes on the product.
Oh, absolutely. The other news, and you just brought it up to me, and I had read about it. For those that aren't aware, Pentagon Jr., or his older alias when he's not on television, Penta El Zero M, was actually robbed trying to come over from Mexico into the States.
He was robbed in an Uber at gunpoint.
Yes. The story I read was that 3 guys on motorcycles surrounded his vehicle with guns and basically took everything he had.
Arriba La Raza.
Yeah, including his mask and his passport and everything. So that's got to be a mess for him to try to get all that fixed.
Yep.
Because they said he still tried to cross the border and they wouldn't let him.
That sucked.
Yeah, lost money over it. Excuse me. Hey, at least he's okay, man. That had to be friggin' scary.
But he's zero fear.
I know. I don't. I think he might have had a little bit of fear yesterday with that.
Man, you gotta live your gimmick. What the fuck? Fucking pussy. There are only 3 guys with guns.
Yeah, that's all. No big deal.
No, I'm kidding.
I know.
Luckily, it was just his mask.
Yeah, it could have been a lot worse. All right, now let's get into it, Rygal. What did you think of Raw this week?
I don't think it was too terrible.
Nah, I didn't.
I didn't think it was a terrible episode. I skimmed through it, but what I watched, like, it wasn't bad. The general consensus seems to be that it was a good episode. So.
It's like if you watch it in the Hulu version, it's not so bad.
Oh, I just watch it on one of my sites.
Yeah, no, I just meant like because Hulu has like a condensed version.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I'm just saying by the way you're talking, if there was a condensed version, then it might not be so bad.
No, I'm not into the whole Elias Sampson thing. I know some people are.
Yeah.
And I usually like Cesaro and Sheamus, but I just have no interest really in watching Elias Sampson, so I skipped over that. But I heard by all accounts he's doing great.
Yes.
I like what's going on with R-Truth and Goldust, although I thought the attack was kind of stupid.
And I like though that they had him have the old school outfit with the camera guy all in gold. Like that was a nice touch.
Yeah, that was something. But yeah, you want to start at the beginning, or you just want to go over like?
We could just skim through it.
Well, I thought it was great with Samoa Joe just yoking up Lesnar.
Dude, I love that.
I thought that was great.
And Lesnar sold it fantastic.
Yeah.
Like, you know, he tried to get away and then he got him down. The part I actually loved was at the very end where the refs are like trying to keep Samoa Joe away and you hear him like screaming that I'm going to get you or whatever the hell he said. I can't remember. Or you're going out or something to that extent. I was like, this is awesome.
Yeah. It's going to be an interesting fight.
Yeah, I mean, I'm fairly certain we all know which way it's going to go, but they could still make it interesting and entertaining. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Either way, it's done a lot to like really elevate Joe.
Oh yeah, I think so.
Because I've always been a fan of his work.
Yeah, I'm with you 100%.
Well,
they completed the full heel turn for Big Cass.
Yes, I loved it.
So did I. Yo, he threw Enzo like Enzo hit rough.
Yeah, I was like, ooh, and he just like chucked him like a football.
Yeah, he really got thwopped down on the floor, for lack of a better term.
Yeah, either I'm getting really jaded at wrestling, or I know my shit because I knew that was coming the whole time.
Oh yeah, yeah. I couldn't see WWE turning that quickly.
Cause I'm like, huh, and then it didn't happen, and I'm like, I'm still watching. I'm like, wait for it.
Yeah, I was kind of the same way. It was a Tommaso Ciampa style attack.
Yeah. But I liked it because they needed, I think, to kind of, I don't know, it's more so maybe creative's fault that they didn't work, but it just, I don't know, they just kind of ran out of steam as a tag team.
Yeah.
But you could say a lot of, that about a lot of guys on the roster.
I just think that they were unbooked right, but,
I just
No,
think
I agree.
with such a shallow tag division, it's bound to happen.
I honestly think, and it's not real, circumstances that weren't their fault. If the Hardys didn't come back, they probably would have won the titles at WrestleMania.
That's possible.
So, sometimes you have shitty luck.
Yeah, it's a shame though that they never got to be tag champs together.
Yeah, Lance is saying that he really likes Big Cass.
So do I. I think Big Cass has a future.
Yeah.
Plus, he's bulked up quite a bit.
And that promo he cut 2 weeks ago was very good.
Yeah.
Like, it was believable, you know what I mean?
No, I agree fully.
So that was kind of cool to see him hit a home run there. The one thing that I'm still laughing about, and so is everyone else that doesn't normally follow WWE, is the god-awful Miz TV segment.
Oh, yeah, with Lonzo Ball's family. Man, there's no place for him on TV. His father, there's no reason for his father to be on TV.
No. And WWE was trying to get a little mainstream publicity by bringing them in, and it backfired on them.
Oh, it backfired terribly.
Because they, from what I understand, that like bombed really bad, and that's why like Dean Ambrose wasn't supposed to be out there.
Well, that and one of the sons dropped the N-word twice.
Yep.
On national television.
Yeah, it's never good.
Nope.
Well, and you could just see by the Miz's body language, he was really annoyed.
Oh, that whole segment was just so bad.
Lance said he had like 5 different people in the UK ask him who Lonzo Ball and his family was.
Yeah, that's the thing. They were trying to capitalize over the fact that they were in Los Angeles.
Yeah. And nobody cared.
Nope. You bring Kobe Bryant out, people would care. Not some fucking kid who was just drafted the night before.
Yes. The one thing I gotta tell you, and I like Bray Wyatt, this feud with him and Seth that they're like doing is just kind of like, eh.
Yeah, no, I agree fully.
But you could argue that both of them have been kind of just, eh. Like, since Seth came back as a babyface, he's just kind of been there.
No, I agree fully. I mean, again, I don't know what they know what to do with top-tier guys that aren't in the main event at that given moment.
Yeah.
They get shitty fucking storylines that don't make any sense, that don't cross over into anything else.
Yeah. I agree with that.
You know, like, they have, like, the top 2 guys on a brand, the champion and the number 1 contender, and everybody else just kind of, like, fiddles around for a couple months.
I know, yeah, they're just, like, out in the, in the middle of nowhere. I guess.
I mean, they're trying on SmackDown with the second-tier title and stuff like that, with the Battle Royal and stuff like that for the second-tier title.
Yeah.
But, yeah, other than that, I mean, can you think of anything else from Raw?
The only other thing was the Gauntlet match, the main event.
The Gauntlet, yeah. That was surprising, but well told.
I will say this, and I had been a critic of Nia Jax before for some time, but she really stepped her game up in that match.
Yeah. Yeah, she was out there for a while.
I think it was 30 minutes.
Yeah, that's respectable.
Yeah. If from what I can like figure out, I think I know where they're going with it, because people are like, oh, well, why didn't like Nia Jax win and all this? I said, just be patient, you know.
Yeah, but the way that they had Nia lose is still believable because she like did all the work for the entire match, and after half hour, she was just tired.
Yeah, yeah. Boy,
I mean,
dude, who did Bailey piss off to get squashed the way she did?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
Have you seen that meme going around where there's a picture of the little girl Izzy that used to like be Bailey's biggest fan in NXT?
No.
There's a picture. It's funny. They show a picture of her wearing the old Bailey like gear, you know, the shirt and everything, and then they show her now, and she's wearing all Alexa Bliss gear.
Is she really?
Yes.
Oh, that's horrible.
It was just funny. I was just like,
Sure.
that is awesome.
You sure it's not photoshopped?
No, it looks
It's-
legit.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, dude, I don't know what Bailey did, or they're just like soured on her, or
Yeah, I don't know. They don't know what the fuck they're doing with her.
no. But that's all I can really remember that was noteworthy from Raw. What did you think of SmackDown this week?
I'm typically more of a fan of SmackDown. I mean,
Yes.
I didn't dislike SmackDown. It was a fairly okay show. I thought it was cool to see another woman's in the band, another ladder match and done right.
Yeah.
So I enjoyed watching the ladder match. I don't understand the women's SmackDown match, like the title match.
Oh, the
Naomi
one,
and Lana in 2 minutes.
Yeah, and now they just announced she's gonna wrestle her again this week because they watched the video and Lana's shoulder was up.
Oh my god.
I'm not even kidding, bro.
Yeah, no. The New Days and the New Day and the Usos. I can enjoy that. I'm enjoying that angle.
Yeah. That was probably the best match on the SmackDown pay-per-view they just had.
Yeah, except for the ending.
Yeah. I mean, I understand why they did it, but I get you. I know some people don't care for him. I don't know if you do. The segments they're doing with Breeze Dango, like this week they had the one where they were ripping off Miami Vice.
Yeah, they're called Fashion Vice.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, I got a kick out of that because it's a throwback to like the silly, carny wrestling stuff. So yeah, I can enjoy that.
Yeah, because it's kind of hokey, and then they had, I don't know if it was this week's one or the last time they did it, when they had the old Paulie dangerously sell your phone.
Yeah, they always got throwback to random stuff in the background.
That was, pretty cool. So, what are your thoughts on them bringing, the people that don't know this, them bringing back the Punjabi prison match for Battleground?
Again, it depends on how it's used. It makes sense, given the current situation, because, he is Punjabi Indian, so a Punjabi prison match would make sense. At least finally they got people in it that can move around, because the first one was supposed to be Undertaker and Khali,
And then Undertaker got hurt, right?
Khali tested for high liver enzymes,
Oh,
so
no,
he
it was
couldn't
Khali.
even be in his own match. So Big Show took his spot.
Yeah,
She had
yeah,
Big
now I
Show and the
remember.
Undertaker in this fucking huge cage. And the second one was Khali and Batista.
Ugh.
And Khali climbed over the fucking second cage.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, he lost because Batista touched first. It was one of those, like Batista jumped from the top of the inside cage to
Yeah.
the outside cage. But Khali was able to get up and over it, surprisingly enough, that Frankenstein fuck.
I was going to say, because that would probably look incredibly awkward.
Yeah, seeing that his knees don't bend.
Yeah. Bro, I gotta tell you, and this is just my personal opinion, this shit with Mike Bennett and Maria Kanellis is just god-awful.
It depends on where they're gonna. Again, you know, I mean, it's. I want to see where they're gonna go with it.
Right.
You know, it's supposed to be cringeworthy at this point. Like, it's not supposed to be good. It's supposed to be as cringy as it is.
I'm wondering if they're gonna put him and like Sammy in a thing, because Sammy kind of interrupted whatever they were doing on SmackDown.
I think so.
That would actually be a good first little feud for him.
In before his face turn is when she turns on him for somebody else.
Probably.
Because I could just see that happening.
Yeah. I enjoyed the ladder match, even though and I've heard some people complain about this, that they didn't really take any crazy like spots or bumps.
I mean, it was still a good match. I mean,
yeah.
I don't know. I'm not from the school of thought that if somebody's not almost killed, it's a bad match.
I know. Yeah, you're like, you know, Jeff Hardy spots.
Yeah, I mean, there's certain people who do those. I mean, the women don't have a big history of doing that, so why anybody would assume it, you know, is like, for that to be part of somebody's expectation is kind of like, well, that's why you're disappointed. You expect things that, you know, like, I'm not going to get disappointed if I don't see, you know, if the Big Show doesn't do a moonsault.
Yeah, that would be something to see.
So...
I might actually pay good money if the Big Show could actually do a moonsault.
Well, there's a guy on the Indies who's bigger than the Big Show who does moonsaults.
Holy shit.
Yeah, Damien Darkside. He's like 4'89" and he does moonsaults.
I'm going to have to look this up after the show.
I'm pretty sure I sent it to you. Big fat black guy.
Oh, yes, I have seen it. That's crazy. I remember now.
Yeah, he looks like a fucking Volkswagen.
Yeah, I remember now. I love the fact that they didn't change the winner and let Carmella still win.
Oh, so do I. I think there's a future with her with the briefcase.
Yeah. I think and this is just my opinion, when I saw that they said about the rematch, you know, with Lana and Naomi, it made me wonder if they were going to have Carmella cash in this week.
It's possible.
I mean, I have, like, no knowledge, you know, that they're doing that. It's just, I saw that and I was like, huh, maybe they're going to do that.
Have Lana win and then have her cash in and turn Lana babyface.
Yeah.
Huh.
Wow, Big Show. Lance is saying Big Show buried the TV they write on a podcast, saying was a horrible day and had waiting around to do nothing. Holy shit, that's pretty rough.
Yeah, no, he said that he prefers doing the live events because he actually gets to work and stuff like that. He actually gets to go out there and put work in, and he doesn't prefer TV days because it's a lot of just standing around and waiting, and he doesn't end up doing much.
Well, that makes sense then. Especially at like his age, because he's obviously on the back end of his career.
Yeah, he's on the super back end of his career.
Now, did you catch 205 Live?
Yes.
I know, I did the same exact thing as I messaged you earlier.
Yeah, wow, and I already forgot it. Oh no, I know the first match was Kendrick and Jack Gallagher, and Kendrick got himself DQ'd.
Yeah, where he was a Jack Gallagher, like, ripoff.
To continue the stuff with those two. Mustafa Ali and what's his name?
Drew Gulak.
Yeah, so I mean, like they're still having fun with that, so I enjoyed that.
That was fun because watching Drew try to climb up to the top rope with his like knees shaking and shit.
Yeah, no, I got a kick out of that.
That was pretty funny.
And
And
then it was
and Alexander had a decent match.
yeah, and Noam Dar was somehow involved.
He caused Cedric to lose the match by distracting him.
Yeah, they're still doing that stupid thing where Alicia Fox wants to be on FaceTime.
Yeah, apparently he beat, from what I understand as I'm reading it, because I watched this, but it was just like, ugh. Noam Dar beats up Alexander after the match, grabs a microphone, said the Cedric Alexander chapter is over to Alicia Fox and they can move on and focus on their love, and then did the Rocky thing where they say like, yo Adrian, I did it. He says, yo Alicia, we did it.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I was like, Jesus, that's cringeworthy.
I seen it on in the background while I was doing stuff, but there was no reason for me to come over and look.
Hell no. And then the only other thing was Tozawa attacks Neville at the end eventually.
Yeah, I like the thing with Tozawa and the whole Titus Global.
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
Titus brand worldwide.
Can he actually speak like halfway decent English, Tozawa?
Yes.
Okay.
Better than Nakamura.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's interesting. Because I wasn't sure how good he could speak English.
And understandably as well.
My thing with, you mentioned Nakamura, it's funny you mentioned that. I don't if it, maybe it's part of his thing, I don't know. But why he has to wear like the mouth guard when he talks is weird to me.
Yeah, it doesn't do him any favors.
I mean, I don't know if there's like something wrong with his teeth or if it's just like his thing or.
No, it's just his thing.
Okay.
But it doesn't do him any favors.
Oh no! I mean, it makes him sound even weirder.
Yeah.
At least it does to me. But what the hell do I know?
No, you're right.
What did you think of NXT with Mauro Ranallo finally returning?
I like Morrow, so I mean, he calls it as if it's real.
I think him and Nigel McGuinness could be a really good 1-2 tandem.
I agree. I agree fully.
When I was watching NXT, I know we'll get into the big match, but what's his name? The Velveteen Dream. This dude cracks me up.
Yeah, I like him.
I love his commitment to the character.
Oh, absolutely.
And then the thing that was weird to me is seeing like Ho Ho Loon out of nowhere. I was like, where the fuck is this guy been?
Got some Velveteen peen.
Yeah, I was just like, I was never like a big fan of this. And no disrespect to him, the Ho Ho Loon guy. I was like, okay.
No, I agree.
For as short as the match was, Atami and Oni Lorcan really beat the tar out of each other.
Well, yeah, when they did the taping, they actually, like, they had that one spot where he broke his fucking nose.
Yeah.
And then they took him away for, like, 45 minutes, and then they came back and they finished it.
That's crazy.
But that's not how it was cut for the show.
Right.
But
they're
yeah.
two tough dudes, man.
Oh, absolutely.
But I gotta give Lorcan credit because that's a really awful WWE name. Like, they do some really bad ones, but he's still getting over.
Oni Lorcan, yeah. Fucking Lorcan.
And then after their match, Sanity actually comes out and... Well, excuse me, I take that back. Cassius Ono comes out first and talks to Utami, and then Sanity minus Eric Young comes out and destroys those two guys.
Yep.
Which I'm assuming is leading to Utami eventually turning on Cassius Ono.
Yeah, that seems likely.
What were your thoughts on the main event this week with Asuka and Nikki Cross?
I thought it was great.
Oh, it was fantastic.
Yeah, no, I thought it was really, really, really well done. I think both of those ladies put on one hell of a fight.
The one part I really liked was that they gave them time. They didn't rush them.
No, I agree. That was timed well, and it was good. It was really good.
I mentioned this it might have been to Dean earlier today. I said, I think Nikki Cross just got herself over.
Yeah, no, that was a great match. Those two beat the shit out of each other.
And that's what you want in like a last person standing match.
Yeah, the crowd was going nuts.
The one thing that was kind of scary though was the superplex they did off the ladder onto the table. That kind of Nikki Cross landed kind of weird.
She's lucky she didn't get hurt.
Yeah, I rewatched that and I was just like, oh fuck, that looked like that hurt.
Tougher than I am by a long shot.
Oh, absolutely, because I'm scared of heights, so I wouldn't have done it in the first place.
Yeah, well, I don't care about the height. I care about the sudden stop.
Well, yeah. Lance said they should have gave Lorcan the name Lorne Orkin.
It's just terrible. No matter what, it's terrible. Terrible.
Lance is saying here that Nikki Cross used to wrestle men all the time in intergender matches in the UK.
Well, you can see that.
Yeah, she's really good.
She's a well-built woman too. Like you could see, like she's not a dainty little girl.
Yeah, I know what you mean. She's got meat on her bones.
Yeah, she's stacked.
That was probably one of the better matches I've seen as a main event on NXT for a while.
I agree fully. Sorry.
Not that it's been like bad or anything, but
no, it's been one of the best in a long time. So yeah, they should be very proud of themselves.
No, I absolutely agree, and it's just cool to see how far like women's wrestling has come, at least in WWE in the last 5 to 10 years. You know, because like I'd probably say 5 years ago you wouldn't have seen something like that.
No, absolutely not.
I'm curious to see where they're gonna go for TakeOver Brooklyn 3.
It's going to be Ember Moon finally taking the title.
You think?
Absolutely.
I've been thinking that too.
Yeah, I think that Asuka's already in way past where they expected her to be with the belt.
I give her credit, man, because she's held that division kind of together.
I say Sasha takes the belt eventually at SummerSlam, and then Asuka shows up the next night after losing the title.
That would be cool as hell. Because sadly, Raw needs... You would think it would have been the other way around, but Raw needs, I think, more of the woman, like another woman to come up and help than SmackDown.
Well, I think SmackDown is also married into their next storyline with Carmella with the briefcase.
That too.
I mean, unless they actually book it like they did with Edge's first, then it took like 270 something days before. It was 9 months before he cashed in.
Yeah. Okay. Lance wants to know is Glow worth the watch on Netflix? Because he said he knows you watched it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It was one of the best things. I mean, it's the whole series for the 10 episodes is only gonna take you about 5.5 hours at most because they're 10 30-minute episodes. So you're not wasting that much time. You've wasted less time, or you've wasted more time watching WrestleMania.
That's very true.
And it's the same lady who did Orange is the New Black and Weeds, so it's that kind of humor, and it's funny, you know, and it's not necessarily about wrestling. It's not a wrestling show. It's a show about people trying to become women wrestlers in the days of Glow. Like it was the filming of Glow, so it's not like they're in there wrestling for most of the show.
Yeah, but I think it's cool because it's going to turn on a whole new audience or generation to maybe wrestling. You know what I mean?
No, I agree fully.
And then I've heard there's a lot of cameos. I haven't seen it yet myself. There's a lot of cameos from wrestlers in it.
Carlito, Kazarian,
Johnny
the other guy
Mundo's in it, right?
Johnny Mundo's in there briefly. Alex Riley's in there briefly. Brodus Clay is in there. Christopher Daniels is in there.
Oh.
Brooke Hogan has a 2-second cameo.
Brooke Hogan.
Yeah, there's a lot of people in there.
Lance said he's going to check it out tonight then.
Yeah, it's worth it. I mean, I happen to think that chick in the show is hysterical. Oh, Karma is in it.
Really?
Awesome Kong. Yeah, she has a leading role in it.
Didn't she lose like a ton of weight?
Yeah.
Good for her.
Yeah, she has a pretty big role in it, so.
Well, that's cool. I remember watching Glow when I was a kid with my grandfather. It was kind of hokey.
You just cut out.
But it was still cool.
Yeah, the main two characters, one is supposed to be like a ripoff, not a ripoff, but she's supposed to be like the Russian Colonel Nikita, or whatever the hell her name was. And the other one is very much like there was an American and an all-American one. And she's like her, but they're all inspired by some of them. I read a whole article on how everybody in the show is taken a little bit from somebody that really existed.
Oh wow, well that's cool then.
Yeah. Like there's like these two old ladies that apparently like that was a gimmick too.
Yes, I vaguely remember that.
Yeah, I forget what name it was, but yeah, like they're in it or they're represented. So yeah, it's good. It's definitely worth the watch. And at most, you're wasting 5 hours. It's not like you're getting invested in something that's going to take you 20 hours to watch.
No, I understand.
But yeah, I would highly recommend it. But yeah.
Lance, we're making Lance feel old. He said he was 16 when Glow came out.
I don't know if I was born when Glow first came out.
Yeah. Because Glow was in, hold on, I'll tell you exactly. Let me see. 1986.
So I was 4.
I was 3. And then I remember it must have been one of the other seasons because I was really young. I was probably like 6 or 7. Because it was on from 1986 to 1990.
Oh boy.
I remember Ivory was in it.
Was she?
Yeah, and that's like eventually how she got to WWF at the time.
Interesting.
I do remember
yeah.
hearing that about her.
I recommend watching it, so yes.
I was hearing some rumors, and as I always say, take it for what it's worth, that we might be seeing Adam Cole at NXT TakeOver Brooklyn.
That'd be cool.
That not necessarily in like a wrestling related thing, more probably like in the crowd or something.
But where are you hearing this? Because that's like 2 months away, so...
Just, shit online.
Yeah, you gotta be careful with what you listen to, because I'm pretty sure at 2 months out, they don't know who's gonna be sitting in the audience.
Oh, I have no doubt in my mind.
I mean, that's somebody saying something now, just hoping to be right in 2 months. Because there's no basis for...
No, I understand.
But yeah, it's possible. I mean, he could show up, next week. Bobby Fish just showed up.
That was really cool that Bobby Fish came. And he was just at WrestlePro, whenever the hell I went. It was like a few months ago. February, March. Whenever they were at Starland Ballroom.
Yep.
So that's kind of cool. You just reminded me because we didn't talk about it because I was sick last week. But Aleister Black and Cassius Ohno had a fantastic match last week on the main event of NXT.
Yeah, I enjoyed that match.
I told someone else this. I can't remember who. But I don't know if it would have... Because it started off really slow. But I liked the way they did it. And I said, I don't know if the Raw or SmackDown, like the fans they have now, that are not super hardcore like we are, could appreciate that.
Well, I think because of where it ended up, they definitely would have.
Oh, yeah. I just meant like I'm watching this because it was like the old school 80s kind of put a headlock and do this. And I'm like, man, this is kind of cool. Cause
I thought it was a good match.
Yeah, because you hardly ever see that anymore.
You see it a lot in Japan.
Yes. But I mean, like, if you're really looking for it, you're not going to usually see it in the States.
No, I agree.
Speaking of which, isn't New Japan's first show in the U.S. coming up soon?
Within the next couple of days, I think.
I want to check it out.
The G1? Yeah.
And now, for those that don't know, they have their own U.S. championship now.
Yep.
Because they're having, I'm fairly sure they're having a tournament to crown that on their show in the States.
Yeah. At the G1.
Yeah, this is what it is. It's called the IWGP United States Championship. An 8-man tournament will determine the first champion, and the 8 people are Kenny Omega, Michael Elgin, Jay Lethal, Hangman Page, Juice Robinson, Zack Sabre Jr., Naito, and Ishii. Those are the 8 guys in it.
Yeah, it's bound to be good. I'm excited.
You would think it would be good.
Absolutely.
I'm just hoping the show's a success and maybe it can help them get like a foot in the U.S. market.
It's sold out in like fucking 30 minutes.
Did it really?
Yeah.
Well, then good for them, man. Maybe it'll give Vince some real competition for once.
Would be nice.
Because it's almost like Vince kind of just does whatever. Like, yeah, okay, fuck it, I don't care.
Yeah, for the most part.
Honestly, dude, if it wasn't for this show, I don't know if I could sit through most of his shows.
No, I agree.
They're really hard to watch anymore.
No, I agree fully. Well, I may need to cut tonight a little bit short because I got to prepare for getting a new cat tomorrow.
No, that's good because I was just rambling for a little bit.
So, yeah.
We'll get out of here for tonight, everybody. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, give it a thumbs up, all that stuff. And we'll see you back next week. Have a good night, everybody.